Yes, sir. I'm ready. This is the draft special. I'm excited. And it's time for the off season, y'all. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways, as always. This is the off season, and this is the draft special. So on today's draft special, what we're going to do is we're going to do a mock draft. Each one of us have redone the top 10 of the draft. We have redone our own mock top 10 draft picks. How do y'all want to do this? Y'all want to do this one pick at a time, or one person do all 10 picks at a time? Let's do that way. Who wants to go first? I want to go last
Okay.
because mine is like I went for the crazy. I went for the crazy. I threw some curveballs in my shit. That changes the game. So, I want to go last.
All right.
Who want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Waze will go first. We're gonna do Waze's first, then we're gonna do Big Ed's, and then we're gonna do mine. And then we'll do our honorable mentions after that. Or we're gonna just do the top 10 for now, and then we'll play it by ear from there as far as those later picks. Because if you got some more notable picks, we'll let you do the notable picks too after your top 10. I've got two notables. I put who I had Detroit picking at 18 and who Minnesota's picking at 23. That's the only two I got outside my top 10. Because other than that, I don't really care about anybody else.
Okay.
Outside my top 10 is just as interesting. I got 4 picks though.
Okay. All right. Let's take a shot and get this party started. I want to say big ups. This going out to all the fantasy football players out there, yo. Good luck this year. Bam.
It's that time. Start putting it into work and do your schoolwork.
Ooh. Smell like raspberry, but it tastes like vodka.
All right, y'all. So
I'm going to do it like this. At the top pick in the NFL draft, the Carolina Panthers select
Bryce Young,
quarterback out of Alabama. All right. And with the number 2 pick, Houston Texans on the clock.
Texans select Will Anderson Jr.
Oh, he flipped it on us. All right. So what happens at number 3 with the Arizona Cardinals?
They select Tyree Wilson.
Whoa. And at number 4, the Indianapolis Colts select
Will Levis.
Oh my God, this is horrible. All right, and at number 5, the Seattle Seahawks select
Jalen Carter.
Ooh. Yeah, he's throwing some curveballs already. At number 6, the Detroit Lions select.
Devin Witherspoon.
Ooh, that's the cornerback out of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And at number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders on the clock.
Titans trade up and take the Raiders pick, and they select CJ Stroud.
Oh, I love it. That was a trade, and Tennessee takes CJ Stroud at number 7, and at number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select
Peter Skoronski.
Ooh. And at number 9, the Chicago Bears select.
Man, I don't know. They're going. You know what? They're going to go with Paris Johnson.
Ooh, Paris Johnson. All right. And at number 10, the Philadelphia Eagles select
Lucas Van Ness.
Lucas Van Ness as number 10 to Philly. And that is Ways' top 10. You said you got 4 more picks that you want to share that you think are important. Let's hear it.
With that pick, the Raiders swapped with the Titans. They select the offensive tackle Darnell Wright.
Okay.
Get Jimmy G a little more protection and see what they can work with. Packers at number 13. They'll be selecting someone to really help out Jordan Love and his arm. So they'll be grabbing tight end Dalton Kincaid.
Oh, okay. That's a good pick.
It is. And then at
All
number
right.
16, the Vikings trade up and send Dalvin Cook and the 23rd pick over to the Commanders to select Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
Number 19, Bucks. They're the ones who end up with Hendon Hooker.
Okay. All right. All right. I got you. Big Ed,
Yo.
how you feel about Ways' draft?
There's some surprises in there. But it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Okay. All right. Okay. You got some surprises in yours?
I might have a few. Might have a couple.
All right. Well, right now, I would like to say I want to take a sip. I'm just trying to slow the show down a little bit. And the Carolina Panthers are once again on the clock with the number 1 overall pick. The Carolina Panthers select.
Bryce Young, quarterback, Alabama.
Oh, no surprises. And at number 2, the Houston Texans select.
Tyree Wilson, edge rusher, Texas Tech.
Okay, all right. And number 3, what does Arizona do?
Will Anderson Jr., edge rusher, Alabama.
Oh, wow. So they same thing that Waze did, but swapped it around. Okay.
Yep.
And at number 4, the Colts say?
C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State.
Okay, all right. And at number 5, the Seattle Seahawks select?
Christian Gonzalez, cornerback, Oregon.
Ooh. And at number 6, the Detroit Lions select?
A pick that's really sticking in my craw right now. Detroit Lions select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia.
Okay, all right. And then number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders select?
I also have the Raiders switching with the Tennessee Titans. But to select, Will Levis.
Oh, okay. And then number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select?
Luke Van Ness, edge rusher, Iowa.
Ooh, okay. And then number 9, the Chicago Bears select?
Paris Johnson Jr., tackle, Ohio State.
Oh, the same player that he said. Okay, all right. And Philadelphia Eagles selected number 10?
Edge rusher, Miles Murphy, Clemson.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Did you have any more picks that you want to do outside the top 10? If you ain't already got them, don't worry about it, man. Don't be trying to wait.
At number 12, the Houston Texans select Anthony Richardson.
Ooh, nice.
At number 14, the New England Patriots select Bijan Robinson.
Ooh, not bad. Pretty scary.
And I actually have the Vikings at 23, picking up Hendon Hooker.
Okay, all right. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's get it.
So I would just like to say, Waze, what you think about Big Ed's draft?
I like it. Hendon Hooker is a good pick. Will Levis, great pick.
Okay, mine's gonna be a little different than y'all's, but at the same time, a little bit the same.
Okay.
Number 1, Carolina Panthers select Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. At number 2, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson, edge rusher out of Alabama. And there's been a trade. Indiana, for fear that someone was going to jump them, makes the move and swaps the picks with Arizona. Of course, there was other stuff in the draft, in the trade that we won't mention. But Indiana moves up to number 3 to select C.J. Stroud, quarterback out of Ohio State. And at number 4, Arizona selects Tyree Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech.
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia. Time for another curveball. The Detroit Lions select Pete Skoronski, offensive lineman out of Northwestern.
Interesting.
The Las Vegas Raiders select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback out of Illinois. You ready for another curveball? Atlanta Falcons at number 8 select Bijan Robinson, running back out of Texas.
Ooh.
At number 9, the Chicago Bears select Jackson Smith and Jigba, wide receiver out of Ohio State University. At number 10, Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith, edge rusher out of Georgia. And I only have 2 more that I did pick, the Detroit and Minnesota. So at 18, the Detroit Lions select a guy that slid all the way down, Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher out of Iowa.
Ooh. That would be ugly.
That would be horrifying. Horrifying.
And at 23, Minnesota selects Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia.
Okay.
Oh boy, it's going to be interesting to see how it actually plays out because none of us matched any of the mock drafts that we've heard to this point.
Right.
And that to me is interesting because that just goes to show that no one really knows what's going to happen. Right?
Right.
So, speaking of which, how about we do another one of the other mock drafts?
Okay.
All right.
All right?
For it.
Let's see. Who is this one? This is Chad Reuter. Chad Reuter of NFL.com.
Okay.
Carolina Panthers with the number 1 pick takes Bryce Young, quarterback out of Alabama. Curveball number 1. At number 2, Houston Texans select Will Levis, quarterback out of Kentucky.
Okay.
At number 3, the Arizona Cardinals select Will Anderson. At number 4, the Colts select C.J. Stroud. And what the hell just happened to the rest of my draft here? Oh, there we go. Number 6, my computer is acting funny. It's trying to do stuff that I don't need it to do. At number 5, the Seahawks select Tyree Wilson, edge rusher out of Texas Tech. And the Detroit Lions at number 6 select Devin Witherspoon, cornerback out of Illinois.
Okay.
At number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders select Christian Gonzalez, cornerback out of Oregon. At number 8, oh my goodness, I didn't see this coming. At number 8, the Atlanta Falcons select Bijan Robinson, running back out of Texas. They followed my lead there. They followed my lead. You know what? And we'll go back. We'll go back. I'm just going to do these top 10. At number 9, the Chicago Bears select Jalen Carter, defensive tackle out of Georgia. And at number 10, no. There's been a trade. The Philadelphia Eagles trade down and moving into the number 10 spot. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a drum roll? The Minnesota Vikings move up to number 10 and select Anthony Richardson, quarterback out of Florida.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
Didn't see that one coming.
Wonder what they would have had to give up to do that.
I know, right? Let's see what they said here. According to this, the projected trade
Had to involve Dalvin.
Richardson's potential has blah, 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 blah. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say what it. A 23 overall pick, a 23 third rounder, and a 24 first rounder. That's what they said they gave up for that pick to move up.
I would have took that 24 first rounder off and put Dalvin in there.
I don't know.
But if I'm Philly, I don't want him. I'd rather have a pick.
Oh, okay.
You're not gonna get much out of Dalvin in Philly.
Not for a number 10 pick. I'm not going. I need a first round pick, too. And I'm not getting this year's first round pick. Well, I'd get 23 this year. So I get 23 this year, and then I get your fourth round pick in 2 years. Well, next year. Your first round pick next year, rather. Okay. Anyway, it's all hypothetical, but I thought it was interesting. It was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That was actually an interesting one right there. That was pretty interesting. So I thought it was interesting that Bijan Robinson. So of the picks that I picked, the one that I take the most, let's just explain some of the curveballs. So Ways, you had some curveballs. Just tell us what you were thinking in regards to the curveballs that you threw in your draft.
The Texans picking up Will Anderson Jr. I think I keep coming back to the fact that the owners and coaches all made it very clear that they plan to stick with the quarterback they currently have. So I didn't see them picking a quarterback first round. Will Anderson Jr. is the best option for them. And then that trade for the Titans. The Titans are in desperate need for a quarterback of the future. They lost confidence in Malik Willis. They don't really like Dodson or whatever his name is. So they need a quarterback. So best move is probably to send over a pick over to the Raiders and the player and pick up CJ Stroud. Get him ready.
Okay.
And then the rest, Paris Johnson going to the Bears is, I think, the best option for them, just based off of the familiarity he has with Justin Fields and the bond he already has. Makes that transition a lot easier for that lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota trading up again, really Dalvin Cook. You're setting the Commanders a running back that they can definitely trust in. And has a few years left in them, and we're picking up a running back of the future.
Big Air, what's some of the thoughts behind your curveballs?
Tennessee needed that quarterback, but I didn't think CJ Stroud was going to be that quarterback. I think Anthony Richardson is going to be the better fit for them, especially if they're able to keep Derrick Henry. The Raiders, they weren't really happy with being at number 7. You know, they thought they could get a little bit more value down plus also get a couple more picks.
Okay. Now I'm going to challenge one thing you said. You think that I would think if C.J. Stroud is available versus um, Anthony Richardson, that they would go C.J. Stroud because they just took a flyer on Malik Willis and it's not working out. I'm not taking a flyer on the summer. I want the sure thing. I want the one that's more of a safe. I'm going with the safer pick this time. If I'm them, if I just took a gamble last year and the gamble is not paying off, I'm not gambling this time. If I don't have to,
I can feel that.
yeah, that's the way I see that one, that playing out. But that's just, I do find that interesting, and I did read that they are losing faith in Malik Willis, somebody who a mechanic that I won't name claimed that they thought the Lions should pick him with the second overall pick, and it got his rabbit ass mind. But anyway, is that it? That's the only curveball you got an explanation for? You wanted to speak on? Are you good?
What was that?
I said, is that the only curveball you wanted to speak on?
That was the only curveball I had, wasn't it?
Okay, all right. I don't know. I don't remember.
I have one more curveball. I didn't even think about.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Hooker going to the Bucks.
What was that?
Hendon Hooker going over to the Bucks.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna last that long. I think the word has gotten out, and I think he may go a little earlier than expected.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I don't have him going to the Lions. Because if because I believe if he's there at 18, he's going to Detroit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I just don't think he's going to be there at 18. He's a perfect and because what they need in Detroit as far as a quarterback is somebody that's going to be ready in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
They don't need anybody to compete with Jared Goff this year. They need somebody that can take over for Goff in 2 to 3.
See, that's why I like Hendon Hooker with the Vikings as well. Is when Cousins' contract is up, we got a quarterback that has gotten to know the system and gotten more familiar with the players. Yeah. It's the same thing with the Lions with Hendon Hooker is he's got time.
Yeah, but the problem is they picked before Minnesota. So that's the problem with your theory.
Yeah, that is the absolute problem with my Minnesota Vikings trade with the Detroit Lions.
So, as far as my curveballs, Houston is notorious for passing on quarterbacks for defensive players, defensive stoppers. That's just something I've seen them do several times over the years. They'll surprise you with that defensive pick. And the town likes that. So that's why that Will Anderson pick wouldn't surprise me, or Tyree Wilson, whichever. Wouldn't surprise me. I did explain that I thought that Arizona is already talking about shopping their pick. They've already put that out there.
Yeah.
If C.J. Stroud slips past Houston, here comes the offers. Right now, all of a sudden, their phone is ringing off the hook, and I think Indianapolis would know that, and will say, okay, so we've got to make a move if we want to get. See, yes, we're one pick away, but we're not getting it if we don't make this move because somebody else is going to leapfrog us and get him. So with the sights of C.J. Stroud being right there, Indianapolis makes the move and move up one to take him. It's been a lot of talk about what I call soaring with your strengths around here and strengthening the strength as opposed to trying to be more well-rounded with Detroit as far as building that offensive line and even just making the offensive line just that much stronger, even though they feel like it's currently their number one strength.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody in town is convinced that the best thing the Detroit Lions got going for them is their offensive line. So build on your strengths. And I think they could potentially surprise everybody and go with Skoronski to do just that because he can play guard as well as tackle.
Yep.
So you'll still have your two outstanding tackles, your two Pro Bowl tackles, and then you can add a guard that's a potential Pro Bowl guard. You've got a Pro Bowl center. All of a sudden, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
David Montgomery is going to be a terror because they're
Oh
going to be
man.
busting open some holes for him. Uh, I thought the Atlanta curveball kind of got my thunder. Somebody stole my thunder from NFL.com because they went with the same curveball. But I think Atlanta. I think a lot of people are overlooking Ritter. I think they have a lot more confidence in Ritter than people think, and they're going to go with Ritter. And how do you help a quarterback? The three things that helps a quarterback most is an offensive line, great receivers, and a running game.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
that's how you that's what they need, and I think if you take the pressure off of him with a top notch running back, it's easier to find receivers, and you can build offensive line. I don't think offensive line was their weakness, so to speak, but I think that would take some pressure off of the young quarterback.
See, with that pick for me, I think Tyler Algier showed at the end of that season that this coming season he's understanding the speed and the way the game is played in the NFL in comparison to college, and that he might actually end up being a real threat with the Falcons. I honestly think he's not going to be to the caliber, but he's going to have a similar impact that Warren Dunn had when he came started running the ball.
Warwick Dunn, Warwick Dunn, not Warren. Warwick,
Isn't
Warwick.
that? Didn't I say Warwick?
No, you said Warren.
Yeah.
Oh crap!
Um, like Warwick Sapp. Um, so and then you've got a two-headed monster though. Is running back by committee is the thing because you got to keep one healthy, right? So
Yep.
you throw those two back there. And my thoughts with the Bears was, if since they took that offensive lineman, how about we pile up another receiver? We got DJ Moore. Now we throw another receiver out there. Now we're getting this young boy some weapons, somebody to throw to. People say he can't throw. Well, let's give him something to throw to and see if he can throw. Right, and
Yep.
so that would be to me that would be an interesting outcome of the draft. I think there's some curveballs in there, but I don't think it's any dumb ones. I think it would be an interesting turnout if the draft turns
Yeah.
out that way, and everybody would get better. I think those teams would all get better.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah, that was actually interesting.
All right. Do you guys got one player that isn't named to be going in the first round? Like that's projected to go later that you guys are keeping an eye on?
Yes.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Uh what's his name? Keanu Benton from Wisconsin.
What position does he play?
Defensive tackle, I believe it is.
Okay. Where do you see him going?
I actually see the Bears picking him up with the first second round pick that they got.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, I should have known. I should have known it was somebody who thought the Bears had their eye.
Well, he's just a high motor player. He fits the mold what the Bears have been looking for lately.
Okay.
And that's only if he falls that far.
If he falls that far. I got my eye on the guy they call DTR. And I think that might be another guy Detroit may look at second round if Hendon Hooker's not there in the first. Dorian Thompson Robinson, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
Dorian Thompson Robinson out of UCLA.
Okay.
He's a quarterback. I think he's an extremely underrated quarterback. He has a lot of tools. He can use his legs. He has a good arm. He makes good decisions. He's a good size. And I think he might be. He's somebody that I'm watching. He's somebody I'm paying attention to. I'm paying attention to see what happens with him, where he lands, and how he does when he does land. Waze, you still with us?
I am. I was letting you get your piece then. Uh, I'm looking at Jalen Hyatt. For me, I think Minnesota could definitely use the extra help at wide receiver, especially after losing Thielen. But I also believe sending him to someone like the Saints would also be beneficial as well.
See, I saw one mock draft that had Jackson Smith and Jigba going to the Vikings.
I'm okay with that.
I did too. I saw that too. I saw one like that as well.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad pick for the Vikings.
Wouldn't be horrible. I don't think it's a bad pick for anybody.
No.
He's a damn good receiver. There's been a lot of talk here about the Lions going after a receiver. I think it's fans panic.
Mm-hmm.
Jameson Williams out for 6 weeks. We got to go get a receiver. We got to replace him. Okay, first of all, it's 6 games. And the motherfucker caught 1 pass last year. What are we losing?
Right. Right. He wasn't even really on the team last year.
Really? I mean, honestly, what are we losing? So what? So we got 6 weeks. We got to, yes, it's frustrating that we got to wait another 6 weeks to see him. And we were all excited to see what he could do for a full season. Okay, I get it. But it's 6 weeks, bro. He'll be back. It's less than half the season.
Right.
It's less than half the season that he'll be gone. He'll be back for more than half the season. And if he's that big of an impact, you got time. Guess what? Through 6 games last year, you were 1-5. So get over it. That really don't overreact. And I don't think Brad Holmes is going to overreact. I think his head is on straight, and he'll do the right thing. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So am I.
It's gonna be fun. That's for sure.
Indeed. That said, man, I think that's all for the off season. I don't have anything additional to that. That's all I had. I just wanted to talk about that. I will say a quick side note: the NBA playoffs is a lot of fun to watch, man. Dylan Brooks was talking a whole lot of smack to LeBron, and now they done lost 2-3. They're down 3-1 now, all of a sudden. And the Miami Heat.
Ooh. Jimmy Butler putting it on the Bucks.
The Miami Heat is down 3-1. I mean, it's up 3-1 to Milwaukee, a 8 versus a 1 seed. The Milwaukee Bucks are on the brink of going fishing in the first round because Jimmy Butler dropped 56 on them bitches last night. Ooh-wee.
They said he's shooting 62% in the playoffs so far.
Jimmy Butler's a different player in the playoffs.
He's lighting it up.
He's a different guy in the playoffs. You gotta account for him. It's just incredible. And Golden State, the made of the series again, this close to losing. It should have lost. I don't know if y'all saw it, but Steph Curry pulled a Chris Webber. Called a timeout when they didn't have any. And almost lost the game. And he was fortunate. They were fortunate to get out of there with a 1-point win and tie that series up against Sacramento. But Sacramento has a very good team. They're just young.
Yeah.
The
Wolves are down 3-1 right now.
The Wolves are down 3-1. Boston is playing right now against Atlanta, but they've been dominating them. They're on the brink of sweeping, if I'm not mistaken. What was I about to? I was about to name somebody else.
The Knicks.
The Knicks are beating. Whose ass are they kicking? Cleveland. They kicking Cleveland's ass, and the Knicks fans are bananas.
It's championship time in New York already.
Them niggas. They crazy. They gonna burn the town down when they lose, because they will lose. But boy, when they lose, they gonna win this series, but that next series they gonna get pounded and they gonna go crazy. They gonna turn it.
Yeah.
They gonna burn something. They scary. They crazy. And on that note, man, I'm out of here. I want to say big up to all the girls that's gonna meet my Viagra, and I wish you luck. That's the least I can do is wish you luck. Big up to all the sports fans out there,
Who
all
gave
the
this man a gummy
players,
tonight?
all the fantasy players out there, everybody in the Dynasty Football League. We will be doing the Dynasty Football League draft 1 week after this draft. So we are less than 2 weeks away from our first fantasy draft of the 2023-24 season, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to kick everybody's ass. So yo, let's get up out of here, man. I want to thank y'all for joining us. This is the off season. I'm your boy OG Tim Wilson. On behalf of the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.